everyone. So I'm Hayley and I'm going to take you through a short yoga session this morning just to try and wake you up a little bit, get you a bit warmer, get rid of any stress or anxiety that you might be experiencing at the moment. I'm going to talk you through a nice sun salutation. As you can see, I'm in the garden at the moment. It's beautiful sunshine, so great place to be doing yoga this morning. Then we're going to talk about a little challenge that I'd like you to have a go at, and a well-being tip too. So if you've got a mat, great. If you haven't, that's no problem. Make sure you've got a nice surface and clear the space around you as well. If you've got a blanket, if you've got a cushion, that would be ace too, just so that you can get all snuggled up when we go into Shavasana at the end of the practice. Other things to think about, just make sure that you are fit and well, that you haven't got any injuries that might prevent you from taking part in today's session. And just be really mindful when you're practicing today. If something doesn't feel right, then please come out of the posture and you can go back into child's pose and then come back into it when you feel ready. Okay, so get yourself nice and comfortable, get yourself sitting down on your mat or on your floor, and we're just going to take a few breaths just to bring ourselves into the moment. So make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. Imagine like a golden thread pulling up the crown of your head towards the ceiling, and just drop those shoulders and maybe just take the neck from side to side just to ease any little cricks that you might have in there. And then we're going to start to bring our focus to our breath. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in through the nostrils and then sigh it out. One more time, deep breath in. And then we're going to come up to standing. We're going to start to bring a bit more movement into the body. Okay, so we're going to keep moving quite a lot today. We want to make this nice and dynamic. I'm just going to pull my mat back a little bit. There we go. So we're going to bring our arms up to the sky and swing our arms down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down. Good. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Good. Now, this time I'm going to keep the arms up nice and tall. Sit back a little bit more. Inhale, we just take a little bend over to the right. Nice little stretch down the side. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale, back up to center, and exhale over to the other side. And back to center. Bring the hands to heart center. Just take a moment, close your eyes. Allow your body to calm. Just bring your focus into the body. Notice your breath. Notice the cool air as it enters through your nostrils, and the warm air as it exhales out through your mouth. Good. Now we're going to come down onto the mat and just start to bring a little bit more movement into the body. So coming down onto all fours, making sure that the knees are underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. And we're going to do a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So we're going to inhale and we're going to dip the back and raise the gaze towards the sky. Exhale, rounding through the back and gaze towards your knees. Really stretching through your vertebrae. Inhale, arch the back, gaze towards the sky. Exhale, arch the back, rounding through the shoulders. Inhale, gaze towards the sky. Exhale, gaze towards your knees. One more time. And as you exhale, come back to a neutral posture. Now we're going to do something called thread the needle. So you're going to place the hand to the center, doesn't matter which side you do. Going to inhale, sweep the arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, we're going to thread it underneath the arm, bringing our head and shoulder towards the mat. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, threading the arm underneath. Working with our breath. And on this one, as we thread through, we're going to hold it here just for a couple of breaths. Really feeling that stretch. You might want to walk the arm out in front of you. And just take a couple of breaths here. My cat's come to join me. Hi, Freddie. Inhale, come back up onto all fours. Hi. Now we're going to do the other side. So this time, I'm going to sweep the arm up again and down. About 5 times on this side. I've lost count, never mind. And then we're going to hold it here. Nice stretch. Again, you can walk the hand over your head. So you get a nice twist in the back there. Hold it for a couple of breaths. And then come back up onto all fours. Good, well done. So, we're now going to start our sun salutation. I'm going to talk you through it quite slowly the first time round, and then we'll build up a bit of speed and start working with our breath as we go along. So if you come towards the top of your mat, a nice standing posture, we're going to start in something called Tadasana, mountain pose. So we're going to inhale, sweeping the arms up towards the sky. Then we're going to exhale, bending from the waist. Soften the knees, allow the head and the neck just to flop over the knees. Inhale, head and chest lift. Exhale, fold. Now we're going to plant the hands either side of our feet. I'm going to step back with our left leg. And we're going to inhale and sweep those arms up towards the sky, coming into a nice low lunge. Try and drop the shoulders here, creating space in the chest. Gaze towards the ceiling on the sky. Inhale, bring the hands back down to mat. We're going to tuck that back foot under. We're going to try and step back into plank. Okay, if you can't do it, that's fine. See if you can do a half plank instead. So inhale, step back into high plank. Now if that feels too much, you can drop to your knees. That's absolutely fine. Okay. Inhale, we're going to lower our body to the ground. So you can either do it from your knees. We go chest and then chin. Or if you want to try something a bit harder, you can go from high plank and lower it in one go. Keeping the elbows close to the chest. Inhale, exhale, lower the body down. Good. Inhale, lift the head and chest up into your back bend. Take a little stretch. Gaze towards the ceiling or the sky. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, we're then going to sit back onto our heels into child's pose. Now this is the pose that you can come back to any time. It's a lovely restful posture. And you might want to perhaps take your arms by your sides here. This can be quite relaxing in this posture. Or you can come into prayer with the hands over your head. Choice is yours, but in salutation it's best to have the mouth in front. Inhale, going to come back up onto all fours. We're going to tuck those toes under. We're going to lift up into downward dog. Tailbone to the sky. You might want to pedal your legs here. And you might need to have a little bit of a bend in your legs so you can get that tailbone up high. Now we're going to take a deep breath in. I'm going to lift up our left leg, bend the knee. I'm going to try and place our foot in between our hands. It doesn't matter if you don't get there in one move. You might need to shuffle your foot. Drop your right knee down. We're going to inhale, sweep those arms back up into that low lunge. Take a breath here. Soften those shoulders. Inhale, place the hands back down. We're going to step towards the top of our mat. Head and chest lift. Exhale, fold. Allow the top of the body to hang over your knees. Deep breaths in, long breaths out. Inhale, sweep those arms back up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. And whilst you're here, I just want you to check in with yourself. How do you feel now? How do you feel today? Where in your body do you feel any tension, any stress? And set yourself an intention. What would you like to get out of your session today? Maybe you'd like to feel a bit calmer. Maybe you'd like to be a bit more relaxed. Maybe you just want a really nice stretch. Maybe you just want a bit of peace and quiet to yourself. Whatever it is, set that intention and come back to it during our session today. Good. So we're going to do another round because we have only done one leg. And we need to make sure we're balanced. This time working with our breath. So try and follow me if you can. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, head and chest lift. Exhale, fold. Step back with your right leg. Lower the knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Tuck that back foot under and step back into plank. Remember the option to drop your knees. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower the body down. Inhale, lifting the head and the chest up into your back bend. Inhale, pushing the body up, and we're going to sit back into child's pose. Bringing our forehead towards the mat and our bottom towards our heels. Inhale, back to all fours, tuck the toes under, lifting up into downward dog. Lifting the right leg up, bend the knee, bring that foot towards the top of your mat, lower the left leg down. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, bring the hands either side of the foot at the front of your mat. Step towards the top of your mat, head and chest lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Hands to heart center. Good, take a moment, close your eyes. Bring yourself back to center. Now you can continue doing that as many times as you wish. If you want to do another couple of rounds, great, go for it and warm the body up. You can pause the video or you could go back and replay it again if you need a bit more guidance. So we're going to do a couple more postures now before we go into a bit of relaxation. So come into your mat. You want it to stand sideways on. I'm going to take a nice wide step here. So we want our feet about wrist distance apart. Standing nice and tall, elongate that spine and just try and tuck the hips under so that we're not arching our back too much, a nice neutral posture. Inhale, bring those hands up towards the sky, nice stretch. Exhale, bring the hands to your hips and we're going to bend forward, bringing our forehead towards the ground. It doesn't matter how far forward you bend, you might only get halfway and that's fine. If you can, keep going and lower your head towards your mat or to the ground. Bring your hands down for support. If you've got some books or a block, you can perhaps put your hands there if you need that little bit of support. Take a few breaths in here, soften the knees slightly, don't lock them. And placing the left hand in the centre, we're going to inhale and sweep the right hand up towards the sky. A bit like when we were threading the needle before. Taking a nice twist. Inhale, bring that hand back down. We're going to go to the other side now, lifting the left arm up. Exhale, bring that back down. Now we're going to walk our hands over towards our right leg. You might feel a bit more of a stretch down the back of the leg here. Inhale, walking the legs now over to our left foot. Walking the legs, walking your hands over to your left foot. Good. Walk the hands back to centre, engaging your legs. We're going to lift back up to standing. Well done. Now we're going to turn our right foot towards the top of our mat, keeping that wide stance. Bring the arms up level. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to bend that front leg coming into warrior two. Gaze down that middle finger. Nice strong posture, opening up the hips. take a couple of breaths here. Turn the palm over to face the sky. Inhale, lift that palm up towards the ceiling and bring the other hand to rest on the back leg. Reverse warrior. Inhale to come out of the posture, back into warrior two. Inhale, straighten that front leg. And exhale, we're going to bring that hand down into our triangle posture. If you're able to, gaze towards the top hand. If not, rest the hand on your hips. Maybe look towards the sky if you can. If you're feeling a bit wobbly, then you can gaze down towards your foot. Inhale to come back out of the posture, turn that foot to face the long side of your mat. We're now going to do the other side. So we're going to turn our back foot towards the top of our mat, keeping those arms level with our shoulders. Inhale, exhale, bend that knee into warrior two. Keeping that chest open. Inhale, turn the palm over. As you exhale, bring the palm up towards the sky. Inhale to come out of the posture. Straighten that front leg. Deep breath in. As you exhale, come down into that triangle posture again. Again, the arm is optional. You might want to rest it on the side of you if it feels too much. Inhale, back up to centre. Now we're going to step towards the top of our mat again. And I've got a challenge for you to see if you can sit down on your mat without putting your hands down. So we're going to go into chair pose here. So we're going to inhale, sticking our butts out behind us as though you're squatting. And we're going to see if we can lower ourselves down onto the mat and into something called boat pose, okay? If you don't manage to do it first time, it's fine, have another go. Okay, it's a bit of fun, a bit of a challenge. So gently we lower ourselves down and coming up with control, if possible, into boat pose. Did you do it? If not, have another go. If you can't do it, it's fine. Coming into boat pose, if you're sitting on the mat, bend your knees, place the hands behind the back of your knees. Inhale to stabilise the core and lift the toes up. Now you might get that far. That's great. If you can go a bit further, brilliant. If you can put the hands out, do it. Why not? Maybe you can take the legs a bit wider. Maybe at this point you've rolled over, but it's absolutely fine. It's just a bit of fun. Inhale, bring the feet back together and lower the feet back down. Now we're going to do one more posture before we come into a bit of relaxation. So we're going to do something called a bridge, which you're probably familiar with. So we're going to lie down on our mat and place the hands by our hips, bringing the feet towards our bottom. We're going to engage our glutes and our core here. So you take a deep breath in, and we're going to lift the pelvis up towards the sky. Lift our hips up, like so. I'm going to try and hold it here. Now, if that feels okay, and you feel like you could perhaps take it a bit further, you could clasp your hands underneath your back and just shuffle your shoulders together, make it a bit more of an intense posture. This posture is really good for anxiety. It's also really good for your glutes and for strengthening your core. Take a few breaths here. If you need to come out, that's fine. Come out and then have another go. On your next inhalation, as you exhale, you're going to lower yourself back down. Bring the knees into the chest, give them a hug. rocking the spine into the mat from side to side. Coming back up to seated. Okay guys, well done. There's some really good postures there. Hopefully you feel like you've got yourself a bit energized, you've perhaps burned off a bit of cortisol, a bit of the stress hormone, and you're feeling a little bit calmer. We're now going to do some Shavasana. So if you want to lie down on your mat, make yourself comfortable. You can lie down on your belly or on your back, whatever feels good for you. And if you've got a blanket or a cushion, then get yourself all snugly, pop a cushion underneath your head, pull the blanket up around you, get nice and warm. Okay, so whilst you're lying down, I just want you to start to bring your focus back to your breath again. And to begin with, we're not going to change anything, so I just want you to notice, where are you breathing from today? So place a hand on your chest and a hand on your belly. And notice the rise and the fall in the body as you inhale and exhale. As you inhale, you might notice the chest expanding. And as you exhale, you might notice the belly contracting. Inhale, and I want you to really try and inhale from the belly here. So we want to feel that belly expanding as we inhale and contracting as you exhale. Again, notice the cooler air as it enters through your nostrils and the warmer air as you expel it. Now we're going to start to breathe to a pattern. So we're going to inhale for a count of 4, pause, and then exhale for a count of 8. Now if that feels too long, then shorten it. It's absolutely fine. But we want to try and lengthen that exhalation because that's the part of the breathing pattern that makes us feel calmer and helps us to relax. So we're going to inhale for a count of 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for a count of 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last round. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now just let your breath go back to normal. Letting go of any control. Allow the body just to soften and relax into the mat. Now we're going to do something called active muscle relaxation, which I will talk you through. So whilst you're lying there, I'm going to ask you to tense muscles in your body and then just to let them go. And the idea is that it releases any remaining tension in the body and it allows you just to really fully relax in Shavasana. So first of all, starting with your face, I want you to scrunch up the muscles around your eyes and around your mouth, really tensing up. And then as you exhale, let them all go and soften. One more time. Inhale and tense up all the muscles in your face, screwing up your eyes, your mouth, making a silly face. Exhale, relax, and release the tension there around your forehead, your eyes, and your mouth. Now we're going to take our focus to our upper body, and I want you to clench your hands. So inhale, tense your hands, your forearms, your biceps, your shoulders, your chest, and your torso. Exhale, release, and allow the upper body to soften. Inhale, clenching our fists, forearms, biceps, shoulders, tensing those stomach muscles. Exhale, and release. Now bring your focus to your lower body. So we're going to tense our toes, flex our feet, engage our quads and our calves, our glutes, tense them all up. Exhale, release. One more time. Scrunching up the toes, flexing the feet, our calves, our quads, our glutes. Exhale, release. And just allow the whole body to become heavy and supported by the mat beneath you or the ground beneath you. Take some gentle breaths. And come back to your intention that we set at the start of our session. How do you feel now? And when you're ready, roll over onto your right hand side. Try and keep your eyes closed if you can. Gently, in your own time, bring yourself up to a seated position. Again, trying to keep the eyes closed. And then bring your hands together into prayer position. We're going to rub the palms of our hands together, making them really nice and warm, so there's lots and lots of heat in there. And then we're going to place them over our eyes and gently blink open our eyes, allowing that light back in and bringing ourselves back into the present. Well done, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. So, let's get a bit windy now. My challenge for you. So this is quite a difficult time at the moment, and a lot of people are feeling quite isolated, quite lonely. So my challenge for you is, when you do take your one daily exercise, maybe your walk or your jog outside, instead of perhaps being within your own bubble or listening to your music or on your phone or whatever, maybe you could notice the people around you and perhaps just wave or say hello. Because there'll be some people that won't have had any contact perhaps all day, and just a friendly smile or a wave would be really appreciated. Obviously, make sure you're keeping your distance, like 2 meters apart, but there's no reason why we can't give a friendly wave from across the road to our neighbours and people that we don't know as well. It'd just be a nice, kind thing to do. And my tip for well-being, so one thing that I found really helps with me when I'm feeling a bit anxious or I can't sleep at night is journaling. Now, I don't keep it regularly. I don't write in it every day, that's for sure, but I do write in it when I feel tense, and I just write down everything that's popped into my head, get it all down on paper, and that process of writing it all down actually starts to make me feel a bit more rational and calm about what it is that's been upsetting me. It helps you to get a bit of perspective, and it helps to distance you from those emotions. So perhaps that's one little well-being tip that you could use for yourself over the coming weeks to help you remain calm. So I hope you enjoyed the session. Take care of yourselves, and maybe I'll see you soon. Bye.